What's going on, guys? It's the Whatever Podcast. I'm here, Savion Taylor, met with Jacob Billingsley. Say what's up.
How's it going?
And Tristan Breen.
What's up, guys?
And let me tell you, this is the podcast where we talk about anything, all the way from politics, video games, literally whatever. And boy, do we have something for you today. We're living the podcast, man. We literally. I'm gonna start us off firstly before we get into this. I just want to ask, how you guys doing? What's on your conscience today? How we doing?
I'm doing good, just relaxing. COVID's still everywhere, so I really just stay inside most days unless I come out to film the podcast or get the occasional lunch with a friend. But just relax. I'm feeling good though.
Okay, Tristan.
I'm pretty much in the same boat. I'm not really a fan of this whole entire online learning thing. Mm-hmm. So for the first time, I skipped my first in-person class. And I was like, you know what, I'm just not feeling it today. And I went to online, and the meeting class, hated it. I was I'm definitely going to go in person next time.
Was it a lecture?
Yeah, it was a 2-hour lecture, or like an hour and a half. Or whatever.
Okay, this is my opinion on that before I go into our other topic. I think lectures always going to be a dub online because you can do it at your own pace. I'm always watching lectures at 2 times speed, but I'm not going to sit there for 2 hours for a lecture. I guarantee you. But that's why I like lectures online because you can do it at your own pace. You can stop and go.
No, mine wasn't like that. Mine was like on Zoom, or like on Microsoft Teams actually, and we had to actually be there and be present. Okay. But the thing for me is online, it's so easy to get distracted.
Okay.
No, so I like being in person because you're not as distracted as easily.
I agree with Savion that online learning is better in almost every single way, and you do get distracted easier, but you learn at your own pace. You can learn what you want. If you know someone's useless for your career, your degree, just get by. It's so much easier to just get by with the class.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I mean, like if I don't care about, I don't know, my painting class or I had a walking class, bro, I just get by with the C. I don't have to do that. Where if you're in class, you have to do everything what you do every day, or else you gotta walk up to you and be like, hey, what are you doing? But instead, I can just, you can cheat on all the tests.
No, 100%.
I don't know.
What?
I can attest for that one, bro.
No.
The only thing is, human interaction isn't there, but you can get that in other ways.
Yeah.
Sort of. Yeah, especially somebody like you got the experience.
See, that's where I think we come from 3 different angles because Jake is very much
technical.
Cool online, that's good for him. And then you're kind of in the middle, and me, I'm a full in person. I don't want to be online at all.
But if you really want human interaction, when you have to study, go to the library. People will be around you the whole time.
Facts.
You can do a study group and still get that interaction. While the hard stuff in the middle, the grades, you can do them at your own pace.
Yeah.
That's just how I look at it.
Now, I haven't had any classes where you got to meet on Zoom. Well, okay, I'm in one right now. But for the most part, my online lectures, they're recorded, and I go to them. One class, I might have missed a quiz, I'll be honest with you, but he dropped our lowest quiz grade anyway. But I literally haven't logged on in a week and a half.
I don't have to.
What's going on.
They post all my lectures online, I don't have to be there.
Yeah, and I'm in the future, if COVID's still going on next year, and I'll probably just keep it that way, I'm probably going to ask specifically for the ones that are recorded lectures, because I don't want to have to sit there if I don't have to, bro. I like lectures on my own speed, unless it's math or something where I want to ask questions, but history, oh heck no, I'm watching at my own speed. I don't got no questions. I just want to skate by. But at the same time, I feel like I'm different because I don't want to skate by with a 70. I want to still skate by with a 92.
Yeah, I don't know how to skate.
Well, for me, but okay, good little debaucher right there.
Let me set something up for you guys.
Okay,
right? Are you ready? You ready, Tristan? All right. So this was us about 2 hours ago. So first off, we met. Okay, wait. Let me go back a little further. Last week, it was 5 days ago. Our podcast was Echo Week because we found a free study room on our campus, and it was really tiny, and the echo was bad. There was nothing we could do about it. We were on a time crunch. Tristan had to go work in 30 minutes, so we dealt with it. And it was our first time, so we had to set up. We hadn't eaten yet. Yeah, so that was a mess. So we decided that we were going to find a new spot. So that's what we've been doing for the past hour and a half.
Yeah.
So we decided to meet downtown at 2:30. First off, I was 15 minutes late. This is nothing.
So we're already on down.
Yeah, and then so first we tried the music building because they have music rooms that have sound suppression type things on the wall. Except a guy ran into us who was super mean. He slapped Savion across the face. No, he was super polite. He was like, I don't want to be the mean guy here, but there can only be one person in a room at a time. You have to reserve them, and there can't be food. And I had food with me. So automatic bus, but our hopes weren't super high. That was just kind of our first try. So what do we do next?
After that, we went to the communications building.
and we asked the dean, like the leader or some lady in communication building, and she kind of just said no and kicked us out the door. She didn't really talk to us.
Yeah, me and Tristan, we went up there. I asked her, "Are there any little study buildings in here?" And she just said no. I was like, "All right." She was kind of cute though. I ain't gonna take my story.
Next. So then we thought about outside, which wouldn't be a terrible idea, and we might try it one day, but it's still only our second podcast, and who knows what's going to happen, even though it was a quiet area. So we kind of moved on from that, and that was our last resort. So then we thought about this coffee shop downtown that has a room you can reserve, and it's really cool, but there's a ton of echo. So
it's a lot.
I'd love to do it in that room, but I don't know if it'll be possible. Maybe we'll go check it out one day. So we marked that one off, and we had our last chance, which was the Math and Science building, mainly math, Frank Brown.
Yeah, I would by far say this is probably the best location we've been to.
Yeah, and it's kind of like we stumbled upon our best option. Like, we walked in, we looked around for about 20, the table. We walked around for about 20 minutes. There was tons of conference rooms here, so we tried to see if they were unlocked. We asked and we were going to film out in the open, like in a lounge, but there was people studying, and we didn't think that'd be a good idea because it would be loud. So we asked a lady who sent us to another lady who sent us to another lady who wasn't there. So we went in her office to another office behind her office, and it happened to be the dean of math or something.
A dean.
And apparently, what did she tell you?
So yeah, she took like my email and all that, and then she asked what days we want to reserve and what times and all that kind of range stuff. And then we were like, okay, so we're reserved for like Wednesdays and Fridays at the time range we selected. And then we just walked out, and then we were like, oh, we might want to ask if we can do it today. So Jake walked back in, and he asked if we could do it today, and
Here we go. And what
she was
she
so
was like,
sweet, very nice lady.
don't go to the associate. What did she say to you? Come to the dean. You came straight to the dean.
That's what she told me.
Yeah.
So when y'all were in there talking, I was out there just chopping it up because I didn't know if I was supposed to go in there or what. And then a lady came to me and she was like, "Oh, are y'all good? Y'all need something?" I was like, "No, we're just talking to this lady." And she was like, "Well, that's the dean. Usually you want to go to the secretary first."
We just walked straight to her office.
So yeah, we just apparently went straight to the dean.
Yeah. I said it was like if we went in Walmart and just walked straight to the CEO. He was just chilling. We were like, "How much does this bottle of water cost?"
Gum is 99 cents. At the end of the day.
But so we reserved filming for Wednesdays and Fridays from 2:30 to 4:30, and we released them on Fridays and Mondays. We released the Wednesday one on Friday and the Friday one on Monday. So we kind of have one at the beginning of the week when everyone goes to work, and one at the end of the week at the beginning of the weekend, kind of just to hit all the weeks. So we decided this last week that we were going to do two a week because we thought it'd be nicer. And after we finished last week, we were all kind of itching for more. Like, we just wanted to film more. Because I could seriously sit here and do this for 6 hours. I'm not kidding. But speaking of that, we're on 2. Like, we've made it past the 1 mark. So, besides the echo and the first one, which was a big problem that we didn't really realize and we didn't have time to plan for, what do you guys think of it? How'd you like it?
I'll say this one feels, well, after, realizing I talked to the dean, realizing, like, what the heck do we just do? I feel more relaxed. I feel like I know what I'm doing now, and I feel like, it's just talking at the end of the day. So I'm feeling good for the second one.
Yeah, so when I was comparing, like, if I were going to compare the first one and the second one, I would say the first one, I was, like, a lot more nervous, and I was kind of, like, a little bit more standoffish, but now I'm, like, chilling. Like, I'm actually just talking to my friends, not really a microphone.
Yeah, and I love that we have a home for our podcast, like a place to come every time. Exactly. We just come here, and I really like this room. It looks nice. I can't really show you guys, but
we do have a nice view, though.
Yeah.
I can't complain.
I was thinking about making a TikTok for this, bro. Because I feel like TikTok is the place to go right now.
No, it is. It's like the lead of every trend revolves around TikTok.
It is.
Every meme revolves around TikTok. Yeah. Funny sounds. The music industry revolves around TikTok.
Bro, you told me every song needs a TikTok snippet, bro. That's how you do it.
It is. Like if your song, and you'll notice that sometimes, like in a song, there will be a quick little 15 seconds that doesn't fit in with the song, but it's funny. And I think artists are realizing that and putting it in there purposefully. Yeah. Doing the nasty dance. That one sticks out to me. I don't know why.
All right. I got some little notes that I wrote down over some things I've been thinking throughout the past week. Okay. So I'm gonna start off. I got a wide range, but the one that you can't look at this. It's gonna just surprise you. The first one I'm gonna talk to y'all about is just what do y'all think about cell phones? Just how do y'all feel? It's a good technological advancement.
Okay, so we kind of hit on this last podcast, if I remember as well. So like I'm I like having it. It's very like everything's there. It's a very what's the word?
Just something we have now. It's very.
It's a necessity.
When you feel lost when you don't have it type.
I don't know. I wouldn't say necessity. Okay, for me, I wouldn't say it's a necessity. It's very like
for
helpful.
most people.
Like if I need it, it's there. Like if I need it, it's quick. It allows you to get more information faster.
Right.
But like I don't think I am addicted to it. Like
No,
our generation.
look, there's a difference between
stigma is.
addicted to something. Like I'm not addicted to water, even though I need it. But you do need your cell phone to communicate.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we go to school online.
Effective. Well, in these days, yeah.
You almost can say you need it. Like my dad needs his cell phone. My mom needs her cell phone. Like you need it.
Okay, this is what I got. One, I feel like Tristan is gonna be different than me and you, and probably the average person. Because Tristan, like you said, he likes going in class, doing this, that, and third. Shoot, if anything, his screen time is probably. I wouldn't say it's less than ours, but for necessity, need purposes, when I'm at work with Tristan, he's on TikTok watching a movie or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's he's watching screen time for entertainment type deal.
Yeah, for pleasure and enjoyment.
Yeah, I feel like me and you and probably a lot of other students, especially at this time, are using it for things that you need, like class, things like that. Shoot, I turned in an assignment on my phone at 3 o'clock this morning, bro. I was awake in the middle of the night, so I just did it. But the thing that I was getting at with phones is, have you guys ever thought that with your cell phone, with your cell phone number, you can literally get in contact with anybody if you know their information, right? Literally, I could talk to Joe Biden right now, Donald Trump. I could talk to Kanye West if I had his phone number, right?
I guess there's that possibility. You just realized this? You just really thought about it?
Now, I guess I've thought about it before, but it's just so intriguing to me.
Yeah.
I could literally talk to this little device, right? It's no more than 7, 8, 9 inches, right? I can talk to anybody. I can talk to Kim Kardashian if I wanted to.
I will get that to you. So it's stemming into my major. That's where it really comes in help. Because if I want to pick up and talk to somebody in France, bro,
you can do it.
I can do it just like that.
It's
pretty helpful to me.
Did you guys see that thing? It came out a few months ago that your cell phone now is the same power as the first spaceship that went to the moon.
Are you serious?
Same power, yeah, more probably. If they had this technology back then, this could have powered that spaceship.
Facts. And I mean, it's even crazy to think that the first computers were literally probably as big as or bigger than this whole room that we're in right now, bro. I remember they would always show us videos of it, how we went from TVs being the whole, or internet, all of that.
You went from the box TV to a flat screen.
Before the box TV, it was right? I mean, this is a TV.
Exactly.
But literally being the whole size of a room to the size of our pocket, and now I can talk to literally anybody if I know their number. I could call Kanye West. What's the chances you think he picks up?
Actually,
something.
No, there's a chance because not everyone doesn't have his phone number. So
yeah,
exactly.
You got to think. He probably has a phone number that he keeps very personally. Now he probably does I don't know, but I think there's some chance.
I don't think it's that deep.
I'll piggyback on what you're saying. So he probably has a marketing kind of thing, and then he probably has a personal kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I can read what you're saying.
Drake, Aubrey Graham, what's his chances of answering his phone?
Pretty high.
I ain't gonna say all that now.
I don't know. So, I think this topic could go on for hours. But what else you got on my phone?
I'm gonna do one more, then I'm gonna let y'all go into another one. So recently, I say recently, this is probably about 8 months ago, I went to New Orleans, and I just know it was the biggest trend in the world, right? On TikTok especially, the whole Visco girl, save the turtles, bro. Come on now. And I was thinking, now we're right on New Orleans. They got paper straws and all this trying to, save the environment. And I thought it was just awfully weird that while I'm having this paper straw with my drink, I'm eating turtle soup. I just don't think that's what's y'all's thoughts on that? Because I just think it's bizarre.
That is hilarious.
It don't make no sense. I mean,
Okay, if you really want to get technical, it's funny, but if you're really trying to actually ask me what the answer is, I think there's some turtles where there's a ton of them, and there's some that are rare, and with your straws going in the ocean, you don't know which one you're killing, So I'm sure the ones they use are swamp turtles.
Well, I know the girls with the hydro flasks, they weren't thinking that. They want every single one of them saved, and I know I ate one of them, maybe even 2 or 3 of them.
Was it good though? That's what's important.
It was solid. I mean, knowing that it was turtle kind of hurt me a little bit. I didn't know how to feel about that because I eat chicken, cow.
Does it taste like chicken?
Sort of, but I think everybody says everything tastes like chicken at the end of the day.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, I just thought that was really strange.
Speaking of New Orleans, we're going there in a few.
You are?
Yeah, spring break. So
a month or 2. We're going to have a spring break.
I think since I'm online, we're going with my brother and sister's spring break.
Okay.
and we booked our place the other day. So
Okay.
how'd you like? We've talked about this. You didn't love it.
So okay, firstly, I'm here with two of the people that probably travel the most out of all my friends, acquaintances, Tristan and Jake.
We talked about how we all love traveling.
Yeah, and I've been in North Carolina. I had never been to Mississippi before last summer. Bro. Like I went there to go to Mississippi State or whatever.
We live in Alabama.
Right, so I really have not too much experience other than like Alabama, Florida, and all that.
Yeah.
So going to New Orleans was my first big city. You know, I was expecting, like the stories you hear, it's like one of those places that stays up all night. And you know, you got to keep in mind the whole COVID pandemic thing going on, right? I went out there. I walked the streets. It was probably stupid now. I walked the streets at like 3 a.m., bro, like for about an hour, just walking. I went to Broad Street.
Was it going crazy?
No, they were sleeping. They were
See,
sleeping.
if you want that, you got to go to New York City.
New York City.
That's where you got to go. But
That's true.
I've been there once before too, and I've probably been to 15 major cities throughout the world, not just the U.S. I've been to London, Paris, Nantes in Europe, and I've been to a ton on the East Coast in America: Orlando, Atlanta, New York, Boston, Washington D.C., and New Orleans is one of them. And if I had to rank them, I'd say that New York is my favorite, right next to Dallas, which is where I'm from. And my least two favorite are probably Washington, D.C. and New Orleans. And the reasoning for that is D.C. was my family's first time ever going on a trip.
Okay.
So my parents were new to this. They had to plan it all, and they didn't do a great job.
Okay.
And, I mean, it was still fun. They took us on a trip, but they had something scheduled for every second we were there. So we'd wake up at 8.
Yeah.
We'd be doing this from 8 to 9, this from 9 to 11, this, and we were just crammed. We were tired.
Yeah.
I was like 15 then, 14, somewhere. I think I was 15.
Okay.
My sister
7 years
was 9, and she couldn't handle it super well. And my dad loves history, so we were going from museum to museum to museum to historic site to museum to battlefield, and it was. And honestly, I like history, so it'd be cool. But that was really like the focal trip, or the focal point of the trip, and I just wasn't into it. And then I'm sure if we went again, I would like it more.
Yeah.
But New Orleans, that was about 2 to 3 years ago, and it was a school trip. And my dad swears that that's why I didn't like it, but I just didn't love the vibe of the city, how dirty it was. I thought it was overhyped. I didn't love the food. We went to an aquarium, and you'd think New Orleans has one of the best aquariums, right?
Yeah.
There was a dead shark in there. There was a water leak.
Oh, what? A dead shark?
Yes, dead shark upside down, literally just sitting there. There was a water leak. Half of it was closed, and it was like the middle of summer.
Yeah.
So
That's crazy. See, I've never been to New Orleans.
All right.
So I don't really know.
Oh, and
much
you
about
love-
it. I know about the French Quarter, but I
yeah, they're French focused. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, real quick, because I know Tristan, right, he's been everywhere. But I want to say, he reminded me some things about New Orleans. Now, we did go to the aquarium, and I haven't been to an aquarium in probably like freaking 15 years, right? And I'm 18 years old. It's been, I ain't going to say 15 years, like 12, 11 years. And I thought, it was still pretty cool, but I think the one in Georgia, that's where it is, right?
Yeah.
They say that one's like probably one of the best ones around.
Yes. It's
that might be like a top one in the world.
Yeah. And also I went to my first like expensive place called Commander's Palace. That's what that one is. And I just didn't really love the food either. Like I would way rather go to Zaxby's than I would go to Commander. Like the food, it was just
How much?
It was $30 a person. We're 6 people.
Okay.
Plus, we all got desserts, and literally they took 3 extra minutes to sit us down, so they brought us like literally the whole dessert menu like free, bro. Like
What?
no cap, just
That's
because we were 3,
nice.
like they're high up, bro. Like I might have been underdressed, and I was dressed as best as I could get, and I was still underdressed.
Dude, I swear, the nicest places are the most like apologetic when they mess something up.
Yeah.
Because me and my friend Chandler, when we went to New York for New Year's, the New Year's in between 19 and 20, like 2019 and 2020. So it was only like a year and a couple months ago. We went to Gio Diva. What's that chocolate place called?
Godiva?
Godiva,
Gio Diva. Okay.
and that chocolate, some of it in there was like 80. It was,
Really?
Yes, it was expensive. They had $100 boxes. It was like $25 it was like $80 a pound. I don't know, but
Yeah,
I got a little milkshake for like $8, and it took them like 30 minutes. So bang,
crap.
she was so apologetic, and she gave me like $50 worth of chocolate
Yeah.
in a bag. Yeah, maybe more.
Was it
It might have been
good?
like 80. Yes, it was good. She might have given me like $80 to $90, and Chandler was a little jealous because he was like, "No, I don't want to drink, but if you got a drink, he'd have got some free chocolate."
Oh,
That's
okay.
crazy.
And then we went at the end of our trip, and they did it again.
Really?
Yes, and they gave us more chocolate. So I don't know. That kind of reminded me of that.
Dang it. Tristan, where you done been?
Well, mostly okay. So like I'm military, so like me and my family traveled all over the states. I think North Carolina and Colorado are probably two of my favorite places that I've been so far.
Okay.
But if you want to get into overseas,
What's that?
Jamaica is probably one of the most beautiful places I've been. Switzerland is probably the second most beautiful.
You been to Switzerland?
Yeah,
How long did you go for?
we went over the summer, like not last summer.
Was it a whole just Switzerland trip, or did you just visit?
No, so we went to Switzerland, Italy, France, and Spain. So obviously I'm France biased.
Yeah. So how long was that whole 4-country trip?
Like a week maybe.
Dang.
Yeah, we were
Dang.
we were wide open. Like we had very little rest time. Like we were in bed at like 10 or 11, and then we woke up at like 6. I was like, I cannot.
Dang.
I think you should have picked one country. That's what I've learned over my years of traveling.
Yeah.
If you have a week, pick one city or one country. Yeah. Now 2 weeks, you can do 2, but like I don't know. I've learned that over time because you probably had like 2 days.
Yeah, we only had like 2 days in France, and I was so upset because
Where?
in France.
Nice. Like what city?
Oh no, we went to the south of France. So we
Nice
went to like
is-
Is
Avignon.
that the ghetto
Pont de
part of
Gard.
France?
No, oh my god.
I don't know that about France.
No, so we went to like Avignon, Pont de Gard,
Okay, bro.
all that
I mean, I don't know.
stuff. And it was really fun. I really liked it because it was kind of like here in the States. Like it was very like here specifically. It was very like laid back,
Okay.
but like it was French. So obviously I was obsessed. I went crazy speaking French. I was in heaven.
Oh yeah, that must have been fun. Oh,
Yeah,
we need
literally
to, we
everybody's
need to
on
go.
the
Like, but you'd be super busy just talking to everyone. But I'm sure.
Right. This man sees 2 people, and that's already an hour and a half.
I
right
mean,
there.
if Tristan finds a guy here that can speak French, he'll like pull him off in a conversation for
Right.
an hour. I
Absolutely.
swear.
We went to dang Ma Boulange, which that's a French place, and Sally didn't nobody there speak French. Then my boy was upset.
Yeah.
Man, you're a French American cafe,
So-
but no French speakers.
I see you have stuff pulled up on your phone, and also before we get into more, I want to say I'd like to structure this a little more, so we're not like just pointing at each other. Like you come up with another topic, but we're new to this, so our flow will get better. And some weeks we might not have topics, but we can talk for. I mean, us three can always talk for hours. But like, things will come naturally. Maybe we'll talk about recent events, but I feel like we're a little all over the place right now. And today we were just running around for an hour and a half. I was sweating when we started, so.
Yeah, that was kind of our day.
I'm just saying we will improve the echo, the production, the quality. But I already think from this episode to last episode, we've already made leaps and bounds.
Yeah, I agree.
For sure.
But I do see you have a big list on your phone. So what are you
Which
thinking?
one of those are you feeling? What's going
I
on
don't want to
in
get
your
into food reviews. Like
You do?
restaurants
You want
that
to?
we've been down here. Oh yeah.
Wait a second. We should do a whole episode on food reviews because our friend group, but mainly me and Savion, sometimes Tristan will tag along, Chandler will tag along, but me and Savion have a list on our phone and our goal is to go to every restaurant in our local city, downtown Columbus.
Technically uptown.
Yeah, it's called Uptown. But we're trying to go to every restaurant within walking distance of Uptown Columbus. And we've hit probably about 20 so far.
Something like that.
And I'd say we're like getting close to a third of the way done. We're definitely not anywhere near halfway, but we're making progress. And I mean, we could talk about these restaurants for, I mean, it could be its own episode or maybe even 2, honestly, because we have them ranked. We have our opinions on all of them. Me and Savion's lists are kind of similar, of course, kind of different, but our lists aren't like extremely different. Like they're not flipped or anything. But
That's where I'm different. Is I don't have the list,
yeah, Tristan
Okay.
just tags along, but he doesn't necessarily make the list.
but I have opinions on the
Okay.
restaurants.
QL, I don't know, but
You got something? You got one you want to talk about in particular? What you feeling?
Can we say the restaurants' names without getting in trouble?
but just they're not going to sponsor us.
This
If
is
we
just
say
an opinion.
McDonald's sucks, then we're never going to get a McDonald's sponsor. But
So, what is y'all's opinion on Epic?
no, Epic sucks.
Oh my
Epic's
god.
like, okay, so it's like a 4 or 5 course meal place, and you're paying like,
$100.
yeah,
Like
it's
at least
we figure-
$75.
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty expensive. It was okay. I liked their first little like appetizer thing,
Appetizer.
and then the rest of it was like, rest of it was alright.
Literally, we
So-
went from one extreme to the other with the. Well, okay, I ain't even gonna say the food was necessarily bad. The food was probably to me
Mid-tier.
it was mid tier,
Yeah.
but I would even say below average. But it's just because I don't just go out and eat frog legs on my day to day basis,
Yeah.
So that's why it was probably good or okay for frog legs, but I'm not just I'm not one for frog legs.
So
Yeah.
we have about 15 things on our list, and
Yeah.
so me and Sabian will probably hit about 1 or 2 a week, depending on how free we are. And we've been doing this for we've actually been doing this for like
It's
4
been a
months
while.
now. Yeah, it's been like 3-4 months. But we rank it based off of pricing, atmosphere.
Primarily taste, but
Um,
there's other things.
Pricing, atmosphere, and taste is the most important. I was getting
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah.
Because that should be the most important. But Epic being the most expensive with mid-tier food, the best part was the experience because our waiters were super nice and it was cool to dress up.
Yep.
But
If this is a list on experience alone, though, they would probably be it would probably be flipped for them. But right now, out of the 15 things that are in my list, they're number 15, bro. Like literally. Now, yeah, like they said, the experiences was grand, man.
Yeah.
And I won't forget it.
I
But the
definitely
food-
recommend going with your friends. Like it was definitely worth it in my opinion.
Nah,
it's worth it.
Well,
Maybe-
the experience was worth it. Maybe not the food
Nah, yeah.
so much.
maybe one time for a special fancy type occasion,
Yeah.
just because it's fun. But
Yeah.
I will never go again.
Facts.
Yeah, I'm probably with you with that one. Unless my parents pay for
Let's
it.
talk about the top of our lists. This is where it gets good.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna speak on Samurai first, because Samurai, that's the place everybody's being, right? And I feel I had somebody come into work just yesterday about it. They were talking about the same thing you were talking about, Jake. They went in there, got food, and they had like stomach problems or whatever with the hibachi menu. And did you say that about the sushi, or did you say that about the hibachi?
I've been around the
See,
bunch.
but that's
Sushi.
normal because so when you compare our different palates or our different appetites, like we don't eat stuff like that every single day. So if you're having stomach problems, unless it's like
Food poisoning?
unless it's something like that, then that's kind of record. Like it's gonna fly through you.
I've never had that at any other Japanese restaurant.
Now,
Okay.
I don't know. But the thing that, it kind of stood out to me, because I thought it was just like a one-time thing. But with the dude that came into the shoe store the other day, saying that he got the same experience, I was like, okay. But still, I personally love hibachi, the hibachi
Yes.
style of cooking. Like,
Me too.
samurai, makatas, they're always going to be higher in my list.
Absolutely.
So, before we even got our list, found it, like, going to new places, samurai was pretty much already number one in my list.
Yeah, we kind of started this list, had already been like 6-7
to a
places.
couple.
But my thing with Samurai is that there's nothing special about it. It just happens to be the only Japanese place down here. So if you like Japanese food, you're going to put it high. But I don't think that's fair because their prices are okay, but their food is nothing special at all. If anything, it's below average. So I can't put it high just because I like sushi and it's the only sushi place here. Because, I mean, I've had sushi in France, I've had it in New York, and I can just tell you, I'm shaking my head right now. Yeah, I'm shaking my head on. I'm shaking my head right now. I'm shaking my head.
They didn't see you shake that?
No, they didn't see me when I'm doing it. Top of my list, there's a couple places I want to hit. Me and Savion's similarities. Our top 4, 3 out of our top 4 are the same. They're just ordered differently. And his number 1 and my number 4 is Vertigo. It's this fusion type street taco place, and it
Off the chain.
is phenomenal. The reason it's my number 4 is because it was a little pricey. You got 3 tacos for like $12, and that's it. No sides, no drink. But they were amazing, and
Yeah.
I don't blame you for putting it number 1.
The taste was literally just knocked me off my feet. And Tristan's been talking about going. We need to
Yeah,
go
I'm saying
soon.
like the way that y'all are talking about it, I'm kind of missing out
The
over here.
perfect spice and the crunch
Yeah.
and the chicken.
It was called peanut butter and jelly, which kind of threw me off at the beginning because I thought it was just gonna be some chicken, some peanut butter, and some jelly, bro. Like I don't know why.
Wait, hold on.
Nah.
What is it?
So
Okay, yeah, you can
called
explain that better.
peanut butter and jelly. That's their best seller. We asked for recommendations, and she said, "Get this."
Okay.
It has peanut butter oil on it with pepper jelly, peanut butter jelly, and it's not a lot. Like you can't see it. It's just kind of
Like
put on.
there.
Yeah. Like slathered. I don't know how to put it. But if it was $8 or $9, or for the $12 you got a drink inside, it'd probably be number 1 on my list. But I just couldn't do it.
Yeah,
So I really recommend everyone go there. It's on 15th Street, right?
I think so.
It's
Black Cow.
Black Cow Boulange. It's
Yeah.
near all that. So number 1 on my list and number 4 on Savion's is the Cannon. It's an establishment. It's a classic foothold of downtown Columbus. Everyone knows about it. Whether you've been there or not.
I never did before.
Everyone, but you knew about it. Yeah,
I can say it's pretty good over there.
You can really do anything with it. This is why I like it. You can dress up a little bit. You can go on your hoodie. It's kind of the perfect atmosphere. It's in the perfect spot downtown. I mean, they have one of the biggest buildings downtown.
Yeah, they also have like a broad variety of food. It's not just like solely this or solely that. Like they have hamburgers, pizzas. Like
it's kind of American. Like that's its type is American food.
Yeah.
And it really is like a staple of Columbus. Really, it's.
I think everybody's been there.
And it's up there because it is $15, but. I love their burgers. You get this giant burger. They are big.
Burgers.
And you get sides and a drink. And not only that, but they make their own root beer in the house, and I love root beer. And they brew it there, and it is amazing, along with their beer batter fry. It's just, it really is just the perfect place. Even though it's a little pricier, you get more for your
buck.
Yeah. And then the last similarity we have is Your Pie. So.
You've been to Your Pie, right?
Yeah, it's been a long time though. I don't really remember it much.
So the Cannon, I've only eaten there to this day. 3 times? And the first time I went, it wasn't all that. I got the Monte Cristo or whatever. Which I ate it the second time. I was like, dang, this is a hit. But the thing with Your Pie is, I've only been there 1 time. But it was really good, and I wanted to move it lower in my list until he brought up just the bang for your buck you're getting. Jake, I know you want to elaborate on that bang for your buck. You're always talking about it.
Yeah, like I said, Epic so low because you don't even get 1 bang for any bucks. Like
your buck is not being bang.
Vertigo it took a hit on its ranking because you don't get a bang for your buck. I mean, I think people know what that saying means. It's it's
your
pricey.
Dollar isn't being stretched as much as it can. Really.
The Cannon, I don't think you get amazing, but I think it's
your dollar is your dollar.
Yeah. The reason Your Pie is so high is because $9 you get a whole pizza. It's not like a large pizza from Domino's or anything, but it's not a small little 6-inch pizza. It's like a 12-inch, I think. I mean, it's not small. And you get a drink that you can refill, and you get a side, whether it's a salad or gelato or chips. For $9, you get, and it's an brick oven, fresh toppings. They make it right there in front of you, however you want.
Dang, all right.
And it's a great deal. I just love it, and I love pizza anyways, so I had to put it up there.
Pizza does go crazy.
And we really could do an episode on.
Facts.
I don't think we should.
Yeah. All right, so I got a question for you.
Okay.
What is the one, if you could choose one, not one specific food, but one type of food, like Mexican, or like Japanese, or Chinese, what would that one thing be? And you can only eat it for the rest of your life, nothing else.
Oh, does breakfast count? Is that a type of food or not?
I would.
Because I feel like no.
I mean,
like not.
yes, but like no.
You'd
I
have
was
to
thinking
pick, like,
more like
American
Mexican foods or like Japanese foods, Chinese foods, Italians, like
Yeah,
that kind of
but
stuff.
I mean, if you pick American, there's American breakfast.
Oh yeah, I think if you
So-
say breakfast, you gotta be like American breakfast. Like I can't get no.
Because
but-
I mean, like European breakfasts are like a croissant. That's about it.
Yeah.
Just your favorite type of food.
Yeah.
Because
I would have
breakfast
to
up there.
say this was like for me. It was either between Mexican or
French.
between. No,
What is
not
French
quite.
food?
It was either between Mexican or Japanese food, and I was literally thinking about this for the longest time, and I was like, I would probably have to go with Mexican, because like I mean, burritos, like tacos, I mean like they literally have quesadillas and like, everything. It's just and you still get the cheese and rice, bro. It goes crazy.
I got Taco Bell. Yes, Monday. What's the day? Wednesday.
That is not Mexican. That is like some American
That is not
stuff.
Mexican, bro.
But still, what my point is, I don't think I can eat Mexican food 2 days back to back, bro. Like my junk is unsettled and all
I
that.
kind of agree with you. As amazing as it is, I think it has a limit.
Yeah. And I gotta eat this the rest of my life. No, it's not Mexican.
I don't think you can say Asian. I think you have to pick Japanese, Chinese, Korean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Japanese is my favorite. I like hibachi.
Yeah.
I like sushi.
I'll give tea.
But honestly, I might just go with American.
Well, I think that's too broad. I think right now I'm thinking American breakfast.
See, like when I think,
Yeah,
when I think American, I think like hot dogs, hamburgers, ribs, like that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Pizza.
No.
Sort of.
I don't think so. I would say pizza's probably the
American is too
Italian.
broad. It's such a
Yeah,
melting
I feel like it's
Yeah.
Italian, but it's probably been stretched into something to its own category. That's American.
All right, I'm gonna move us on because we could talk about food.
Forever, yeah.
Okay, so there's a little I want to talk about with the podcast itself. So first off, like I said, we're getting the wrinkles out. We're ironing this podcast on the iron board. So first off, I do want to say, and I'm going to start putting this at the beginning, follow us on our socials. I haven't made them yet, but they should be up by the time this podcast goes up on Friday. It'll be whatever podcast on most platforms, and if I can't get that, it'll be like whatever podcast 2021, the whatever podcast, something like that, and it will be in the description if you want to go follow it. Make sure to like this video, podcast, whatever, if you can. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Spotify. Do whatever you can, and comment topics you want us to talk about. We'll talk about whatever. It's M&A.
For sure, we definitely want to try to interact with you guys. We want to get opinions on what we want to talk about. We're definitely open and available.
And I'm gonna be honest, sitting here with this, I'm not ecstatic with the direction we've taken this podcast because it seems like we're all over the place right now.
Did you listen to that first one? The first one we was everywhere.
Yeah, but I feel like we flowed from Valentine's into movies into what else did we go into?
Video games at some
Video
point.
games, yeah, but the video game was about a movie. Movies came up because of dates. Dates come up because of Valentine's. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We're kind of swapping. We're talking about food, how we got here, this and that, And we're kind of just jumping from topic to topic.
Yeah, so like you're saying, we all just kind of like gotta get into the flow. Because you have to start somewhere. Nothing's ever gonna be perfect to start off.
No, you're right. So we got to get into the flow. I don't love the idea of having a list of topics and just like hitting them one by one. You know what I mean? But I'm sure we will get better at that because we also did not have a central topic coming into this episode.
Mm-hmm.
When last week we had Valentine's Day, that was kind of our main thing. But like I said, we will improve. Especially during these first 50 episodes, we will make leaps and bounds every episode as far as every aspect, like production, like I said earlier. But I do want to say that we have our first guest lined up, and we're gonna have them on. Not quite yet. We want to get our foot in the door. So like episode 10-ish. They're a professional gamer. I'm not gonna say any names yet, but I think it'll be fun. And we are down to have anyone on in any aspect, politicians, business owners.
Exactly.
And my dad gave me this great idea. We should go to local business owners and have them on. Like, for a fact that
a lot of your small businesses, like the CBD lady, and like the kombucha, I think they would definitely be down for it.
Yeah, I think that they'd probably be into it, and that we're record guy.
Yeah,
for sure.
That'd be dope.
Oh yeah.
So we should really ask around because we want a variety of guests. We really want to embody the title of whatever podcast and have whatever on, as long as they have something to share, interesting, a story. We want to talk to them, and we think that'd be great. So, yeah, just let us know what you think, and be ready for this guest, and be ready for improvements because they are coming. What do you guys think?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, you pretty much wrapped everything up for me. You said one. You stole all my words.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. It was all over the place, but we now have a spot to come to call home because we have this room reserved. So we won't be scrambling all over the place because it's been kind of hectic.
Yeah.
You guys have any last words?
Yeah, I will definitely. Our probably biggest achievement today was finding a room that couldn't have that bad of an echo, and then we finally found our place.
And we have it reserved for 2 hours every Wednesday and Friday. So both of our episodes have been 38 minutes because we're at 38 minutes right now. So they've both been the same length.
Hey, there we go.
But they will start getting longer because I really want to have like an hour to 2 hour long podcast. So if we can get set up by 3 and start filming, we'll have an hour and a half to kind of breeze through. And I think it'll be easier to talk next episode because not just the structure of this podcast, but my mind was kind of everywhere, a bit more blank and stuff too.
Yeah, I forgot.
So,
I was quiet today.
Yeah. Just letting you guys know where we are. I think it's good to do that, communicate with our listeners. So just let us know what you think. Like and follow, subscribe. We'll see you guys later.
Let's get it.
All right.